Okay, so you guys just tried these four problems, okay, on your own. So now we're going to kind of go over them so you can see how you did. Okay, so this first one has us adding the two polynomials. So remember, when we're adding, we don't have to go through and change any signs, okay? We leave it how it is and we just go through and start combining those like terms. Okay, so I'm going to start underlining my like terms. I see a negative 10x squared can combine with a negative 4x squared. So they've got the same variable, they've got the same exponent, so I keep the variable and the exponent the same, and then I combine those coefficients. So I would have negative 10 plus negative 4, which gives me negative 14. Okay, again, you can mark those out once you've added them together. Okay, notice that they were not in the same position, so make sure you're careful. Don't just get used to, oh, the first one and the first one and adding those together. You got to look for those like terms. Okay, next we've got a 7x. Okay, the like term with the 7x is going to be this negative 14x. Okay, so I've got 7x plus negative 14x. So when we add these terms, remember you keep your variable the same. So I'm going to keep that x the same. I just add my coefficient. So 7 plus negative 14 gives me negative 7x. Okay, so I've used those, so I can mark those out. And then lastly, we've got 6 and negative 14. So 6 plus negative 14 gives me a negative 8. That's it. It's simplified as far as it can go. Okay, number two. Number two, we are subtracting these two polynomials. So remember, whenever it is a subtraction, we have to distribute that negative. So essentially, we make that a positive. That's not the only thing we do. We go through and we change the sign of everything that comes after it. And it looks like that's just a typo. That should be an X, not an A. That's my bad. X. All right, so we're combining like terms. I see 12x squared can combine with now a positive 2x squared. So that's going to be a 14x squared. We've got a negative 6x that I can add with a negative 10x, and that's going to give me negative 16x. And then we've got a negative 10 plus a positive 14. So that's going to leave me with a positive 4. Okay. The next one, okay, we are just adding, so no need to change any signs here. We combine those like terms, 9x to the third, and then I see a negative 2x to the third. Okay, so 9 plus negative 2 gives me 7x to the third. Right, then we've got 5x squared that combines with a 9x squared. So 5 plus 9 gives me 14x squared. And then I've got 11x plus a negative 8x, which gives me a positive 3x. That's it for that one. And then the last one, we're subtracting. So again, we have to distribute that negative. So make that minus sign a plus sign and then change the sign. Don't forget that x squared right there in the front. That's now going to be a negative 1x squared. Make that a positive 7x to the third and a positive 3. So my like terms, I've got 8x to the third plus a positive 7x to the third. So 8 plus 7 is going to be 15x to the third. Then I've got a 3x squared that I can add with this. Remember, this is an understood 1. So that's a 3x squared plus a negative 1x squared. So 3 plus negative 1 is going to give me a 2x squared. And then lastly, we have these constants. So I have a negative 6 plus a positive 3 once we change that sign. So negative 6 plus 3 is going to be negative 3. Okay, so check your work, see how you did. If you made any mistakes, that's okay. Okay, go back and see, try to find where you made a mistake.